Wait.
Okay, so I know what you did last summer is officially back, and this time, it's wilder, bloodier, and way more twisted than we ever expected. What starts off as a nostalgic slasher sequel quickly turns into a full-blown legacy shocker. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host Spoiler Master, flipping one of the original survivors into a masked killer and leaving us with more questions than answers. If you're still processing that ending, yeah, the boat scene, the double killer reveal, and the return of some very familiar faces, you're not alone. This movie went full slasher soap opera in the best way possible. So grab your raincoat and spear gun, because we are diving deep into the ending, breaking down the identity of the new fisherman, the twist you probably didn't see coming, and how that mid-credit scene might just kick off a whole new chapter for the franchise. Let's get into it.
What did you do last summer?
A new generation, a familiar mistake. The movie starts out with 5 new friends: Ava, Danica, Milo, Teddy, and Stevie. They're a group of 20-somethings who return to Southport for the 4th of July festivities. But of course, this is Southport, where bad things happen on this holiday. While driving through the bluffs, the group accidentally causes a truck to veer off the road and dangle off a cliff. They try to help the driver and even attempt to pull the truck back, but it slips and crashes to the rocks below with the man still inside. Instead of reporting it, they flee the scene, shaken and unsure. Later, with the help of Teddy's wealthy father, Grant Spencer, they make sure the incident is buried. Just like the original, the past doesn't stay buried for long.
What if someone saw us?
Outside of us, no one knows what happened.
The note that starts it all. A year later, Danica receives a mysterious note: "I know what you did last summer." Cue the chaos. One by one, people in their circle start dying, horribly. We are talking brutal slasher kills by a hook-wielding figure dressed in a familiar yellow slicker. The Fisherman is back. Only this time, it's not just a mystery about who the killer is. It becomes clear that the murders are connected to the group's secret, and somehow tied to the events from the original Southport murders back in the late 90s. That's where Julie James and Ray Bronson come in.
You need to handle this. This isn't the first time there's been violence like this.
The legacy characters return. Seeing Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. back on screen as Julie and Ray is a huge treat for fans. Julie seems to have moved on, at least on the surface. Ray, meanwhile, is still living in Southport, and is clearly dealing with some unresolved trauma from the events of the original film. At first, they seem like side characters, older mentors stepping in to help the next generation. But as we soon find out, there's way more going on behind the scenes. Julie shows up in Danica's dreams, warning her about the consequences of what she and her friends did. Ray offers guidance, but something about his calm presence feels off, and by the third act, things start unraveling fast.
They're not gonna help us.
Then we'll find someone who will.
Stevie's big reveal: she's the first killer. The movie's final act takes place out at sea, which is a nice callback to the franchise's coastal roots. Ava, Danica, and Stevie head out on Teddy's boat, thinking they're finally escaping the killer. But once they're alone, Stevie turns on them. She reveals that the man they accidentally killed in the car crash was Sam Cooper, her not-so-secret boyfriend, the only person who had stuck by her after her friends abandoned her when she was dealing with her father leaving. Stevie didn't realize at the time that it was Sam behind the wheel, but when she did, it broke her. The grief, the rage, the feeling of betrayal, it all festered. So, she decided to become the new fisherman. One by one, she hunted down the people responsible. But here's the kicker: she wasn't acting alone.
Get them before they get you.
The second killer, Ray Bronson's dark turn. As Stevie stabs Danica and tries to kill Ava, Ray arrives on a smaller boat and appears to save the day. He shoots Stevie, who falls overboard. Ava is shaken, but relieved, until she notices something odd. Ray has a fresh wound, the same wound she gave the killer earlier in the film. That's when the other shoe drops. Ray Bronson is the second killer. Yes, the same Ray who survived the original movie. The one who's been a symbol of survival and resilience. The movie completely flips his arc. Ray's trauma never healed. He never got better. Southport buried its past, glossed over the deaths, rebranded itself as a tourist destination, and that made Ray furious. He talks about how the town has forgotten what happened to them. He sees Stevie as someone like him, lost, damaged, angry. When she came to him after realizing Sam was the victim, he didn't stop her. In fact, he helped her. He promised her parents he'd look out for her, and in a twisted way, he kept that promise. Ray didn't just kill to protect Stevie, he wanted to make Southport remember. Ray's final stand, and Julie's return. In the final showdown, Ray brings Ava back to his bar. He monologues about the town, his trauma, and how the new generation needed to pay. He even mocks Ava's belief that Stevie was really dead. And just when he's about to kill her, Julie shows up. Julie pieces it together just in time. There's a short but tense confrontation. Ray lunges at Julie, and in that moment, Ava grabs a nearby spear gun and shoots Ray through the back. It's poetic justice. He dies, and the last legacy of the original Fisherman finally ends. Julie survives. Ava survives. And shockingly, Danica does too. She washes ashore, badly hurt but alive.
We are not gonna die today.
So, who survives? Let's run down the body count. Wyatt, Tyler, Pastor Judah, Milo, Teddy, and even Grant Spencer, all killed by Stevie and Ray. Of the main five, only Ava and Danica make it out alive. Julie survives too, making her the only living legacy character from the original cast. And as for Stevie? Well, that's where things get interesting. Ray hinted that Stevie wasn't dead. And the movie ends with Ava telling Danica that she doesn't believe Stevie drowned. There's no body, no closure. And in horror, that usually means one thing: Stevie's still out there.
Whoever's doing this.
The mid-credit scene, Karla returns. Just when we think it's over, the movie throws in one more surprise during the mid-credits. Julie shows up at the home of Karla Wilson, played by Brandy, her college roommate and fellow survivor from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Julie looks shaken. She tells Karla that someone has sent her a message, a warning. It's not over. And Karla? She doesn't hesitate. She's in. This sets up a potential sequel that could be even bigger in scope. Julie and Karla, teaming up to face a new killer, or maybe track down Stevie before she strikes again. Sequel possibilities. Where could it go? There's plenty of room to grow from here. Stevie could start a new killing spree in another town, or come back for Ava and Danica. Julie and Karla might go on the offensive, hunting Stevie down before she strikes again. Or maybe the franchise expands even more, bringing in other survivors, new killers, or even delving into Southport's violent history. After all, as Ray said, this town has a long memory. And someone always knows what you did last summer. Whether or not the sequel gets greenlit will depend on audience response. But with legacy characters, new blood, and a killer who escaped justice, the hook is set. And we are definitely not ready to let go just yet.
Oh my god. I'm calling 911.
Everyone chill out! We don't tell anybody.
Our nerdy thoughts. The ending of I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025, doesn't just deliver shocking twists, it also redefines the franchise's future. Stevie is now positioned as a potential recurring villain, a survivor-turned-killer who could return with a vengeance, especially after losing Ray, her partner in crime and twisted mentor. Ray's transformation into a killer shows how horror trauma doesn't always create heroes. Sometimes it breeds something darker. His death gives closure to the original trilogy, but also casts a long shadow over what comes next. Meanwhile, Ava and Danica could become the new generation of final girls. And with Julie and Karla back in action, we are seeing the seeds of a legacy horror team-up. Think Scream, but with spear guns and seaside murder mysteries. And that's everything you need to know about the ending of I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025. What did you think about that double killer twist? Did you see Ray's betrayal coming? And do you think Stevie is still out there, planning her next move? Let us know your theories in the comments, especially what you think Julie and Karla will do next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more horror deep dives, and tap the bell so you never miss an update on your favorite slasher franchises. Thanks for watching, and remember, just because you survived the summer, doesn't mean you're safe. See you in the next one.
What are you waiting for?
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.